Tell me about day one of the White House and day 1 through 100, your first 100 days. What are your priorities going to be on those first days?
Some of it's going to depend on the kind of cooperation I can or cannot get from the United States Congress. But I am going to make a commitment in the first 100 days. I will send an immigration bill to the United States Senate with a pathway to citizenship for over 11 million undocumented people in America. I will also be moving to do away with some of the, I think, very damaging executive orders that have significantly impacted on making the climate worse and making us less healthy, from methane to a whole range of things the president has done, as, in my view, has eviscerated the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency. There's also things that I want to do that relate to the ability to make sure we get immediate assistance to state and local governments to keep them from basically going under. So it's going to be, instead of what in a normal circumstance you'd set your priorities, there's multiple things that are going to have to be taking place at the same time. But the most important thing, I think, is while we try to do all of this, focus on those folks who are always, when crisis hits, they're the first one hit, and when recovery comes, they're the last one in. That's basically minority communities who've been hurt very badly. Making sure we get the aid that was voted on in the House and was passed by the Senate in some cases, and much of which is not passed, get the kind of help to keep people afloat. People, I mean, I remember my dad being restless. And I remember one night feeling I could hear my dad. You could just hear the bed move. So the next morning I said, "Mom, what's wrong with Dad?" He said, "Honey, he's worried. We just lost he had moved jobs. He lost his health insurance. He doesn't know what to do." Think of all the people who are laying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, thinking, God forbid, what happens? We have to act. We have to act to guarantee them they have access to affordable health insurance. This is more than just a financial crisis. It's a crisis that is causing real mental stress for millions of people. Millions of people. And it's within our power to solve it and to grow the economy at the same time.
Some Democrats want investigations to go forward against President Trump after he leaves office. Do you support that?
I will not do what this president does and use the Justice Department as my vehicle to insist that something happened. There are a number of investigations that I've read about that are at a state level. There's nothing at all I can or cannot do about that. But I'm focused on getting the American public back at a place where they have some certainty, some surety, some knowledge that they can make it. The middle class and the working class people are being crushed. That's my focus.
2020 is not only the year of COVID, it's the year of Breonna Taylor, of George Floyd. If something like one of those cases happens on your watch, what will be the response? How will the Biden administration approach that?
Well, first of all, the way we approached it in the last administration, and that is not hype it up, not make it, look at the facts, make sure that it is determined what happened, have the agency, the police agency, have to be investigated if in fact it were, get all the detail. Look, the only thing I know all the years I've worked with both the community as well as police is that the only people who dislike bad cops more than the community are cops. The vast majority of them are straight, honest, and responsible. And the last thing they need is bad cops, cops who are act out. And so there has to be accountability, and we're going to be working with police chiefs, with the community, with civil rights organizations, and convening conferences in the White House, to determine how we move forward. It's about bringing people together.